Welcome to day three. Day three is when I think it's time for you to get out of Manhattan. That is right. There are 5 boroughs of New York City after all, and any local would just absolutely disagree if you just stayed in Manhattan the whole time. I mean, that's not the true New York City. The true New York City lies in all the boroughs around it. So I want you to get out here to Brooklyn to learn a little bit more about everything New York City has to offer.
To enhance this video further, I've created a free 3-day PDF itinerary for you to follow along with. You can get that by scanning the QR code on screen with your phone now or clicking the link in the video description.
We're here in Dumbo, Brooklyn. This is one of my favorite parts of Brooklyn because of these beautiful skyline views. And this area has a lot to do here. Now, I recommend the first thing you do when you get here to Dumbo, Brooklyn, you can grab a cup of coffee, have a light breakfast. I recommend going to Arabica, which is right down the street here. Once you grab your coffee from Arabica, just come right around the corner to Brooklyn Bridge Park at Pier 1. This is it. There's no one here ever. Look at all this open seating here, and the view is unbelievable. You see every single part of the city. The beautiful Brooklyn Bridge, which was built with no electricity. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. You see One World Trade. You see all of downtown Manhattan. You even see the Statue of Liberty right there. So it kind of checks off all those boxes for you, and it's absolutely stunning. A wonderful, wonderful way to start your day in Brooklyn. Next up, I recommend exploring the streets of Dumbo. There's a lot of those classic Brooklyn townhouses here. It's like a dream. Like, you know, in Sex and the City when she's living in a townhouse, and all of those New York movies where they're living in a townhouse, like this is what it looks like here in Dumbo. So you can just stroll through the streets and pretend that you can afford the $20 million townhouse someday. And next, I recommend you check out some New York pizza. You can't come here without having pizza. It's probably the most famous dish that New York is known for. In fact, there's many restaurants throughout the US that claim they make New York pizza. But fun fact, you actually cannot say it's New York pizza unless you ship the water from New York City, because that is what makes the pizza so delicious. Besides the ingredients, of course, but the water has a big factor in it. Grimaldi's is a lovely place. It's here in Dumbo, and they do coal brick oven pizza. This spot always has a very long line, but I have a hack for you, okay? I'm friends with one of the people that work here, and they give all my tour guests skip the line access, all right? So we do a little food tour in this area. That way you get to taste the best of New York. We bring you to 5 different award-winning eateries here, and one of them is Grimaldi's. Any time of day you come here, there is a long line. Really good pizza, don't miss it. We are right underneath the Manhattan Bridge, which is ironically also the meaning of Dumbo, which stands for down under the Manhattan Bridge overpass. So essentially, this is literally the heart of Dumbo. And this is where the Brooklyn Flea takes place every Saturday and Sunday, year-round from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Here you're gonna find local artists selling all types of really interesting crafts, from clothes to pottery and more. However, no matter what day of the week you're here, if you're not here on a weekend, there are several fun shops around this area. One of my favorites, if you're a reader like me, is this one. This is called Powerhouse Books Arena. It's a bookstore that's located in a really interesting space. However, on the other side of the underpass, there are a ton of other shops. You're gonna come across a spot called The Shops. It's located on Front Street. Now, Front Street, we're here right now, and there's just a ton of great shops all along it on this side of Dumbo. But the shops, it's kind of hidden, because if you come right over here, it doesn't really look like much. It's like this hallway. But along the hallway, you're gonna find a lot of really interesting stores in here. So come inside. It's a great escape from the cold too if you're in the winter, and just explore. There's so many interesting stores that you won't find anywhere else. For dinner, I recommend checking out Trafe. Now this is in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and this is such a unique experience and an amazing deal for what it is. So Trafe offers globally inspired soul food, specializing in pork and shellfish. Their whole thing is all about unkosher food, which is a bit ironic given that it's in Williamsburg near the Hasidic population, but that's kind of the fun of it, and they kind of play up that. It's only $56 per person for their chef's tasting menu, which includes, last time I went, it was like 9 courses. It was crazy, an amazing deal for $56. The food is so unique and different. Every dish feels like it should be a Michelin-starred restaurant, but the price point is so attainable. Check it out. It's a must visit. To end your 3 days in New York, I recommend you see one of my absolute favorite shows in the city. And this is definitely something you're not gonna see anywhere else on this planet. It's called Company XIV. And this is a combination between cirque, burlesque, like dancing, ballet, singing, theater, in a sultry environment in Bushwick, Brooklyn. This is definitely more of a hidden gem, something that you'll find a lot of locals at, and absolutely amazing. Now, I will tell you, there are some interesting scenes here. It is burlesque, okay? So if you are not into burlesque, do not go. And if you do not know what burlesque is, please Google it first. I don't want anyone being mad at me, but it is so amazing. I have a promo code to save 10% on this one. Use code SARAHFUNKY. It will definitely help because the tickets are definitely more on the pricey side for this show, but it is worth every single penny. It is the perfect way to end your 3 days in New York City.
And that's day 3 of my weekend itinerary to New York. Don't miss out on getting this itinerary in an easy to follow free PDF format. Scan the QR code on screen with your phone now, or click the link in the video description for it to be sent to your inbox. Have fun in New York!